Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. Recently I did a bow review for huntingbow.com and it got me thinking, and me and the owner of huntingbow.com got together and started working on a collaboration here of what you want to look for when you're shopping online. So we did the review on there of the universal bow, and we're going to talk to you about the pros and cons of buying online, and I also want to hit on some that are very specific toward buying a bow. If you're going to buy a bow online, of course you're going to want to buy from an authorized dealer. That's come across the board for anything, because you're going to get the warranty if you buy from an authorized dealer. But we'll get into that a little bit more as we go. But if you're going to buy a bow online, you're going to need to know two key things. Well, actually three. You're going to need to know whether you're right or left-handed, and how you determine that if you're a right or left-handed shooter is the hand that you're going to draw the bow with. The hand that you're going to draw the bow with is going to be the same hand that you write with, that you eat with, that you do everything else with. You know, that's going to be your dominant hand. So that's going to be the hand that's going to draw the bow back. So you need to know whether you're right-handed. You'll also need to know your draw length and your draw weight, because these bows have, a lot of these bows have a specific range of draw length and draw weight. If you do not know your draw length or your draw weight, and you don't have a shop close by, I suggest a universal bow like the Diamond SB1 that we reviewed from huntingbow.com. And the reason for that is because the draw length and the draw range are huge. Also, if you're a growing individual, as far as a teenager, you're going to want to buy probably a universal bow as well, so you can grow with that bow. So if you buy a bow online and you don't know your draw weight or your draw length, you're going to want to get as big a variety in those two, a bigger range in those two as you possibly can. So back to the web authorized dealers and the customer, the warranty. You should look for an authorized dealer for whatever you buy online, whether it's a bow, sight, arrows, or whatever, because it's not an authorized dealer. You could lose the warranty on this bow. So that is really, really important on this bow or on this product. So that is really, really important. If you buy from someone who's just buying from, say, a wholesaler or something like that, and they're not an authorized dealer for that product, you could end up losing the warranty because of something they done. So that's a pretty important fact when you're buying online. The other pro is a lot of these compound bows, you know, or they buy a compound bow online on an online store, they're going to have a bigger variety than most local dealers. When I had a shop, I ran three bows. I ran Bowtech, I ran Bear, and then I ran, no, that was it. I ran those two. Those were the only ones that I sold. So I only had Bowtech and Bear in there, and I had a few used trade-ins and stuff like that. Huntingbow.com has several different bows that you can buy online. Not only recurves, compound bows, long bows. So you got a huge variety there to choose from. And the reason is because they're not going to have a huge overhead like I had when I was in a shop. I had a cart, you know, a wall full of bows. I had 25, 30 bows in there at all times, and they're not going to have that issue. They can put a wide variety of bows online on their website, and when they order them, it's going to probably come directly from the manufacturer. They're going to put in an order with Diamond. That bow is going to ship directly from Diamond to you, so it can drop ship right to you, and it allows them to have a wider variety of bows for you to choose from, and not just bows, but also other products as well. Okay, a second pro to buying online is just your information that you can get there. A lot of guys that run bow shops, they're not necessarily good salesmen, and there's a lot of information to keep in mind. So if you go to a website, a good website like huntingbow.com, all the information that you need is going to be there. The bow's brace height, the draw weight, right or left-handed, the IBO speed on it, all the information for that bow or for that sight or for that rest is going to be right there on the website. Now there are some bad websites out there that don't have that kind of information, or the information is there but it's really, really hard to find. And you're also getting a description there usually directly from the company that makes that product. So you're not getting a salesman telling you something that is not true, or you're not getting a salesman telling you something that's not inaccurate. Not that they would do those things purposely, some will, but sometimes they just give the wrong information. You know, whenever I was running a shop, it was really hard for me to keep 20 bows on a shelf and keep the differences between a Bear top-end bow and a Bowtech top-end bow, and the IBO differences in them was 5 to 10 feet per second. and I'm trying to remember that each time. I'm trying to remember brace heights and draw lengths and stuff like that, and it's really hard to keep that information straight. So if it's a good website, you'll have all the information that you need for that product right there available, and it should be, like on huntingbow.com, it should be right there, easy to find and easy to understand. So it should be pretty easy to find all the information you need right there on that website. The other reason to buy online is mainly because there's just not a lot of archery shops. You know, I'm lucky in this area. I can do my own work, so I don't have to worry about it. But and if you can't do your own work, we have a DVD that you called Basic Bow Tuning, which we'll put a link below, that you can buy for $15, and it'll give you all the information you need to do your own work. But I get emails from people all the time that don't have a bow shop near them, and they're calling me or they're emailing me asking me about certain products because they don't have a bow shop within an hour or 2 hours of them, so they don't want to make the drive for something that they're not going to like. So they're trying to get a little bit of information before they make that drive or make that commitment. And a lot of times those guys will end up buying online. For me, I'm lucky. I got half a dozen shops here within 25-minute drive. I've got Bow Freaks up there, which is an awesome shop, which is they're about 45 minutes away. And I got a Bass Pro, the main headquarters in Springfield, Missouri, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away from me. So I've got a plethora of archery shops nearby. And it's the reason I don't have my own archery shop no more, because when I closed mine down, everybody around here opened one up, and the market around here is just swamped with them. But some guys just don't have that luxury of having an archery shop close by. The next thing is just the delivery. When you buy a bow online or buy a product online, if it's a good website, it's just going to be quick and easy to deliver these days. You get a text message from Kyle. You get several options as far as UPS, FedEx, USPS. So you got a lot of options to choose from, usually online, and usually, in my experience, now some people have different experiences, but in my experience, I've had very, very little trouble once I click on a product to have it sent, actually getting the product here. Usually for me, 2 to 3 days, and I've got the product in my hand. So that's a really nice feature of buying online from a reputable dealer as well. Now, that comes down to one of the cons too, is you got to pay for shipping. But usually, what I found is the savings on most of these products online, it balances out with the shipping. And a lot of times, like huntingbow.com, you can actually get some cost off of your shipping, which we'll come into that later. But you can find coupons for free shipping usually out there. You can find codes for free shipping. Usually you can get reduced shipping if you want it. So that is a big factor when it comes to buying online, is just the shipping costs. You know you're going to have to pay for shipping. So a lot of these companies, like huntingbow.com, will take that into effect, and they will actually put codes out there and stuff like that, so you can actually save a little bit of money on the shipping costs. And the cost of the product is usually a little bit lower because they know you're going to have shipping costs at the end as well. Okay, so now into the cons. One of the pros and one of the cons is shipping. Like we just said, it's usually pretty fast and usually very smooth, but you're going to entail shipping costs. So check websites for codes and reduced prices on shipping. One of the other cons is if you're going to buy a bow online, it's probably not going to be tuned. And if you're in a situation like we talked about where you don't have an archery shop close by, then you're going to have to tune that bow yourself. And again, we've got the DVD, which we'll put a link below, so you can go and you can purchase that DVD. That'll show you how to do everything you need. If you're going to buy a bow online, most of the time it's going to have the sight installed, and it's going to have the rest installed, and maybe the quiver, but you're not going to, and a D-loop usually if you're going to buy a kit bow, but it's not going to have the peep sight in it. So you're going to need to be able to do those things, and that is one big disadvantage to it. Now, if you're going to do your own work, I recommend the DVD that we talked about, and I also recommend an easy green press from Easy Press. I've got my press over here from, I can't even remember the name of the company that makes them, but the Easy Green Press is an outstanding press, and it's very affordable, and it will pay you back over time as far as return on investment and not having to spend money going to a shop, especially if you live a long way from a shop. So the driving can get monotonous, and if you drive to a shop and they mess something up, and you got to drive home to find out, and then you have to drive all the way back, it even gets that much worse. So that's a big con to buying a bow online. It's just the simple fact of it's not going to be tuned whenever you get it, and you're going to have to do a little bit of your own work. So that is something to take into account when buying a bow online. Okay, so that's pretty much it. E-commerce seems to be the way that the world is going these days. You know, I buy a ton of stuff online. I buy almost everything that I buy as far as archery stuff goes online. I do buy a little bit of stuff from the local archery shops, and if I can't find it from them, I will run up to Bass Pro and buy it or something like that. And if it's something that I just really have to have in my hand to see the quality of it or something like that, and I can find it locally, then I will go ahead and buy locally. But I bet you I spend probably 75% of my hunting archery money online. And again, the biggest thing that holds me up usually is the shipping. And I'll look for, like when I buy a tree stand online, the shipping cost on a tree stand can be quite a bit. So I'll wait until I've got a coupon code for certain websites to buy things like that, or like huntingbow.com, I'll get the discount code from them and I'll use that to help pay for shipping. So that's usually the biggest deterrent for me. A couple years ago, I ordered 3 tree stands, and right as I got to checkout, man, I canceled the whole thing because shipping was just outrageous. Like 2 weeks later, the website that I was ordering it from put up a coupon for free shipping. So I went in then, I bought my 3 tree stands, and I put in the code for free shipping, ordered them, and was able to save quite a bit of money on shipping. So that's the biggest deterrent to me. But there are a lot of pros and a lot of cons to buying online, and it really seems to be the way that the world is moving, and has been moving that way for a long, long time. So I'd like to thank huntingbow.com for helping me out with the pros and cons on this, and helping me with a suggestion for this video. And if you guys want to check them out, we'll put a link to their website below. And for more information, more product reviews, more how-to videos, you can check out our website, ikesoutdoors.com. And to buy that bow tuning DVD that we talked about as well, you can visit that link, which we'll put below. And you can find us on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. Appreciate you guys watching.